America has a problem.
Pick up another call in the parking lot to Tucson. Are you with me? When I stand on the roof gone, I pull up like Jimmy Neutron. Then you can get a new phone, like you haul, and I know you need to go slow.
What's up, y'all? Welcome in. I'm finishing the topic from yesterday. We gotta talk. We gotta talk. I have. Hold on, let me plug my thing up. I'm trying not to be long. We gotta talk about last night in the persuasion and how I told y'all this was happening. There are people, Akon, 50 Cent, Robin Thicke. I want y'all to remember these names. Who else? Let me pull them up. Hey. Michael Blackson, Sexy Red, Tristan Thompson. All right. All these people are used to sway the American vote. I told y'all, pay attention. There was a wedding at Mar-a-Lago. They were with one of Trump's people that work for him, including who we're going to talk about next. Okay. And y'all know primary is coming up. Now, I had seen a tweet, and I had said this after we got off live. I see her tweet. We're going to talk about it. I seen her tweet. And this was to sway voters. Not only how she swayed, I'm going to show y'all how she's swaying voters. This is just a thing. When I told y'all that Epstein file list came out, and he wasn't on there, I meant that because this is the actual list. Y'all can go find Aaron. I don't know how to say his last name. It starts with a P. There's also things going around that Epstein did not like black people. He didn't want black people and black girls at that place on his island. He did not. So explain to me how these names came out when it specifically said ninjas. Y'all can read it. And at some point told him, yes, I'll find some friends. Jeff wanted young, fresh girls. Virgins. He told, don't bring any ninjas. Attorneys. Barry, whatever name, advised the following. Epstein requested she, at the time, met people on the beach and may have told them something to effect of, if you want a party, go to Epstein's. So how can you say people that wouldn't even have money like that push out something? And she noticed because she followed her whole career from Jay-Z. So how can you push something, say this and that, and all of that, right? I want y'all to understand, NBA Youngboy sat here and said out of his mouth that whatever Trump wants goes. NBA Youngboy has 16 million followers. I heard 16 million or somewhere like that. Y'all really think that he's not being used to push because of his pardon, like the rest of them? Tristan Thompson hasn't openly said anything. They know 50 Cent gonna persuade because 50 Cent's supposed to be the truth teller. Sexy Red music is popular. I don't know why y'all surprised at her because she's not that educated. And then she said that she want to celebrate Black history. And everybody say, no, baby, you can't celebrate Black history. You can't celebrate Black history at all. Let's get into it. Let me go to my thing. They're trying to sway the voters. I want y'all to pay attention. And I've been saying that primary is on the rise. Texas has 2 blue senators, Democratic, that just won. They're sweeping Philadelphia, in Chicago are having things signed to where they have to not have a mask on and ask for identification. And if they go against the law, they will be arrested. They're losing in this. So it's nothing to get the man that got the broken home from Africa. It's nothing to get the girl that is a baby mama that made it out the hood, but they don't like her. It's nothing to get the boy that stay in and out who got broken homes. It's nothing to get another man who got broken homes with the rich white girls. And it's nothing with this man that can sit here and tell all the celebrity secrets along with this woman who sit here and has the biggest followings in the world. Pay attention to the plot. Hold on, y'all. Child, I'm sorry. He done heard my sister come in. He gotta go greet and meet in love. Excuse me. But it's nothing to that. So let's get into last night. Let's get into some other stuff before we get into last night. She did some response, and we're gonna debunk them responses because hey CC Life, because what I want y'all to know is this is to sway votes. Let me share my screen. This post was shared by DL Hughley, and this is true.
Did y'all hear that? Epstein said he ain't want no black women on Epstein Island. He said, I don't want no NIGGERs, right? And in his other emails, he made it clear that he thinks black people as a whole, black people are ignorant and idiotic, and he doesn't want to be around them. We good. Boy, rejection is protection, ain't it? Shit. Because whenever those Epstein photos come out, you know what they're looking for, right? You know what people really looking for? They're looking for black folks. They don't care. They know this thing is riddled with white folks, right? Whenever the Epstein photos come out, they only looking for one thing and one thing only. Black folks. But my thing is this, right?
Another thing, they are, and it's true. Y'all ain't looking at the people in power that make these decisions for y'all. Y'all looking at black folks. Y'all not looking for the white people with the white. It's really white on white crime. Y'all like, oh, that ain't happening because she said something. That's why they use 1 and 2. Your alleged whistleblowers that don't even research. That's why. Oh, they gonna get to talking. They gonna tell it. Yeah, that we got them. We can knock them down. We don't want any billionaires in this country that are black because that's gonna harm what we're going for.
A worldwide child trafficker into all kind of nefarious things, all kind of craziness, demon worship, all these little weird things, right? All these weird projects he got going on, right? And they still got black folks on their mind somehow. Wait, hold on.
Child, they even put Sierra husband, Russell Wilson, I think that's his last name, on it. And he said, no, they was like, that's all you had to do. Why, when we already know Epstein didn't like black people? He only went to that black woman as senator because he know the black woman was going to fight harder than anybody else. And she lost her job.
Did y'all hear that? Epstein said he ain't want no black women on Epstein Island. He said, I don't want no NIGGERs, right? And in his other emails, he made it clear that he thinks black people as a whole, black people.
My bad, y'all. I hit the wrong one. He didn't like black people. He didn't like black people. He didn't like them at all. Excuse me. Epstein, who is the black person that Epstein hung out with? Nobody can name them. You ain't never seen no pictures of Epstein with black people. Those are Photoshop. He wasn't hanging out with Michael Jackson and Diana Ross. He wasn't doing that. Michael Jackson film is coming out. They know that it's going to beat the First Lady. So that's another thing to help stop with Michael Jackson estate. And they are the peep game. That's why they pushed the new trailer out. So this is what the Barbs had to say. And I understand because a lot of Barbs are still sitting there. But after what I showed the Barbs today, and I'm going to show y'all, matter of fact, I don't know if this is true. I have a feeling it is true because they were at Mar-a-Lago. This is very disturbing. This is very disturbing. That is an updated picture of Zora Zimmerman who has no job, no money. This is true pictures of them. Y'all got, let's continue. This is spit in Trayvon Martin in face. This is spit in North Carolina. And then when y'all sit here and say, oh, Don Lemon raided churches, that's a spit in those people that lost their lives by this young boy face in North Carolina. Black people.
Miss Mega Minaj. And don't come over here with that mess because I had my bar cards and some of y'all was in diapers.
Slappy, I'll give it to you if you beat it up like Baki.
Let me be clear first. I don't care nothing about her political values. We are not hunching, nor are we married, so our political values definitely do not need to align. My problem is when you come and make bold statements like this.
Because Barack needed a Michelle, bitch, and Bill needed a motherfucking Hillary, bitch. You better pray to God you don't get stuck with a motherfucking Melania. You niggas want brainless bitches to stroke your motherfucking ego? Well, fuck you, nigga.
Now you posted up at the hashtag Melania event? Huh? You're literally becoming everything you mentioned in this video. You want brainless bitches to stroke your motherfucking ego? Or are you the brainless bitch stroking motherfucking egos? So you got the young, dumb Barbs talk about something. I don't get into politics, but we're here supporting your political ideologies. It's insane. Mind you, you're an immigrant. You're an immigrant for crying out loud. Bitch, you from Trinidad and Tobago. Are you praising bitches who ripping immigrants for their home? What? Your fan base is comprised of nothing but LGBTQIA+. Yet you stand next to support the role models who would like to see our very existence erased. Girl, is you cool? I'm not mad at you for your political values, my girl. We're mad at you because you're a sellout. Price for you to switch up, change up on the very people that made you a millionaire was very little. We're mad because we defended you for every coke rant, every live, every crazy party that came out your motherfucking mouth. We defended you at every turn, and then you go and you hang out with our ops. We defended you and made you a millionaire. And you can't even defend us? What? Like, what? This is crazy. She's been told us she was a Republican voting for Mitt Romney. You lazy bitches is fucking up the economy. Like, she been told us this. So we're not mad at you for your political views. We're mad because you're a sellout. We're mad because we defended you.
But y'all, I mean, I understand what he's saying. And like I said, but y'all political views still don't align because you have people in this regime with this political views and telling y'all to be this, oh, we're going to get it to Jelly Road. And all of this stuff. Yes, it kind of does. And I think y'all most of y'all are starting to wake up and say, how can you be for me when you're not for me? Just like when people was there for Kanye and he came out and said slavery was a choice, how everybody ran and stopped dealing with Kanye.
You can't defend us.
Now he's apologizing.
To a millionaire, my girl. What are you getting from this? Did you get your citizenship? Because they said that card was nothing but a memento.
Is
they giving your brother and your husband a pardon? Because at this point, I just want to know, like, what are you getting out of this? When you got it, let me know. Until then, so here's my problem with Miss Mega Minaj. And don't come over here with that mess because I had my bar cards. And
okay. Go. They trying to sway these young voters. And we're gonna get into it. So last night was the Grammys. And I'm gonna play some other stuff that don't have to do with that in a minute. I have something very important to play after this. But yesterday, there were some things that happened at the Grammys. Trevor Noah said some things, and we're gonna get into some of the things that said that he basically said that Nicki was there with Trump, looking at who butt is bigger, having a conversation. And Chrissy Teigen was doing her thing or whatever. And she says, everyone knows Chrissy Teigen has a ping, allegedly. Laughing my butt off, Fat Lizzo lost 300 pounds, just sold 300 albums. So now she's loose skin in a flop album in a weird charge. Well, I don't see how she could say that by somebody when she got potato salad arms. She went from potato salad arms to from skinny arms to potato salad arms. We could talk about it. We could talk about it. She went from small arms and doing all this stuff. That's why she don't never be at the Grammy. See the small arms, nice and shaped nicely, to potato salad. Grandma arms, auntie arms. I mean, the auntie that made the potato salad. It ain't this picture, but I'm gonna pull it up for y'all. The auntie that made the potato salad. Hold on. Wait a minute. What the auntie? Is it? Yeah, them arms. They ain't even the arms no more. Wait a minute. Hold on now. Here we go. Potato salad arms. She got to cover her arms with auntie potato salad. Auntie potato salad. Auntie potato salad. Okay. Auntie! Hey, I made the potato salad, baby. Yeah. Anywho, you Lizzo lost her way. You about to catch up with her. You keep on sitting around doing nothing, okay? Any Christian who votes Democrat is a fool. They are showing people that it's okay to disrupt the church doing worship. This is how they truly feel about you. The veil is lifted, no morals or integrity. It's not enough for them to have an opinion. They escalated physically. Intrusion is a place of worship. We gonna get into. I want y'all to pay attention. The demons inside of them are so bothered all the time. They're flying immigrants to vote because they rain all the promises they made to the African Americans and no longer get African Americans votes by default. They're causing distraction in the streets to distract from the billions they stole from taxpayers. All right, let's get to the facts. What party had ICE storm churches? Okay, what party had ICE storm churches? The Republican Party had ICE storm churches. Okay, so ICE storming into churches. Let's get a video of that. Let's see. Yes. Let's look at the fact. I ain't even gotta have a video. Let's look at the fact. Let me put this on pause. Let's look at the facts, Miss Minaj. Let me do that. So you saying that they stormed churches, but ICE went to how many churches? Okay, January 18th, 2026. They have stormed churches. Let's see. Yeah, ICE went to church. September 8th, 2025. What'd they say? Barbs, I hope you're here. What'd they say? Milwaukee Lutheran Church has joined a national lawsuit against the Trump administration directive to allow immigration raids at the house of worship. September 8th, the same day that Romika passed, may she rest in peace, 2025. September 8th, 2025 in Milwaukee. In late January, Trump ended a Biden-era policy that prohibited immigration and custom enforcement operations in or near sensitive areas, including house of worship. Trump said, no, I'm going to invade house of worship. There are multiple lawsuits against the Department of Homeland Security soon followed, including one filed July 25th by the New England Synod of Evangelical Lutheran Church in America. Oh, you said that Democrats invading churches, but there was a thing put out not for them to invade churches and schools, but your homie said no and decided to invade what? Oh, what party is that? One more thing I want to do. I want to do Christian nationalists. I want you to understand where you are. Oh. A former religion national that focused on promoting the Christian views of its followers in order to achieve prominence or dominance in political culture and social life. So y'all not Christians for real. And the number one party that's doing it are Republicans. Good morning, Keisha. Oh, okay, Miss Minaj. Let's continue. Oh, you saying that they're getting immigrants to vote? Let's see. Can immigrants vote in this country? U.S. citizens, some areas allowed them to vote. So that's okay, but they're U.S. citizens, they're paying their tax dollars. Hey, so Miss Minaj, what are you saying? What are you saying? Trump is stealing and doing gerrymandering for votes. What are you talking about? And he's getting you guys to sway the Black community. Oh, God. I'm appalled at your behavior. What are you saying, my love? Now let's go back to the screen. Yeah. Okay. Causing distractions to distract the billions they stole from taxpayers. Okay, so let's go into who stole taxes. Let's look at Mar-a-Lago. That, God darn it, that's the one. Let's get to it. Trump and oh no, let's go to Kristi Noem. Using taxpayers' dollars on a jet. On $2 million jets. Oh, I got a better one, y'all. Milagro parties when the government was shut down. What happened? They didn't know where our funds went, Miss Minaj. Hold on, let me put your picture up here with Don Lemon because I didn't add no new one. Let me add you up here. When you exclude Don, you're not in this. Milagro taxpayers, when the funding that we needed, that was gone. The big, beautiful ballroom, that took money out of people having there for their what they needed for people who was elderly. That was demolished. You were partying in Milagro and what he used to use taxpayer dollars for. Oh, wait, hold on. I got a better one. Let me take your picture down real quick. I want you and your compadres to see this. This was taxpayers' money. Face intense scrutiny for approximately $172 million to $200 million in taxpayers' funds to purchase 2 luxury Gulfstream private jets. But what party again is taking money from the taxpayers? Oh no, let's talk about Argentina. See, before you come on here and try to be funny, you need to learn your facts, ma'am. Just like that gold card ain't real. Let's get to the facts. 20 billion of taxpayers' money went to Argentina as a bailout. 20 billion. We still got homeless people on the street. We still got folks not feeding their kids. We still got people not able to pay for their children food. The school lunches are being taken out of schools, Onika. We know you know nothing about that, Onika. It's plenty of them. Milagro is one of them. There was a party while the government was shut down, Onika. Please, Onika. Okay? You should have picked a different last name to marry to because obviously your petty ain't working. Let's get to something else. Oh, and this one. So court documents. Another thing I want to share. California, because I can debunk that too. He didn't ask for a DNA test. He asked for cash. California gives it out for free. You stay right there. You don't know these things? Jesus. Let's move on. That's it for the debunking. Okay, we're gonna debunk some more. Let's get into this one. Yeah. Let's get into the age facts. That's a lie. This age is a lie as well as this one. I know you ain't aging gracefully and black people are aging wonderfully on the right side of history. Aaliyah was 20 to 21 on this picture. And Aaliyah fans has asked you to stop. 1999 and 2020. 2000, I'm sorry. How old was Aaliyah in 1999? Aaliyah died at 22 years old. I said 21. I apologize. My sincerity. Aaliyah was 19 in 1999. She was 20 and 21 in 2000. She just turned 22 in 2001 when she went to be with our Lord and Savior. Yeah. So that's another debunk. She started Age Ain't Nothing But a Number in 96 with R. Kelly. She never met Jay-Z until she got with Damon Dash. Shout out to Damon Dash. Dame Dash was her lover. I believe if she was still alive today, Dame Dash would be a different person. And I'm surprised Dame Dash ain't come out here and cuss your ass out yet. I'm surprised. He still don't play about Aaliyah, no matter how many kids and marriages he had. Since this woman has went with the Lord, he still don't play miss about Aaliyah Diana Hutton. Okay, he don't play. She was supposed to be Mrs. Dash. It wasn't supposed to be nobody else. That was the plan when she came back from Bahamas. When she was supposed to come back, the plan was marriage and children. Aaliyah was going to release this album and do that. Takes a little time off. They were going to get married and have children. He even said it. Everybody said it. That was the plan because she felt safe and protected with Dame. That was her. That's who she loved. Regardless of how anybody else see it, that's who was the love of her life. Because she was talking about marriage and children with Dame. She said that she has thought about marriage and children, not pedophiles, marriage and children with Dame. She said that. And I believe if they were married, he would be a totally different person. But see, you need click and views to sway your votes towards that man. And you ain't paying attention to what's going on outside. Oh, let's finish. Let's get at how old Beyonce was. How old was Beyonce in 2003? 22 years old. Beyonce was with Lindell. Beyonce's first boyfriend, Lindell. Let me give you a picture of that relationship. Her high school sweetheart. They were together for 9 to 10 years. That's who's in this picture that she was supposed to go to prom and she didn't go to. They were together as kids. Latoya had said it. Yeah, we had boyfriends. Latavia, yeah, we had little boyfriends. Everybody, yeah, we had little boyfriends. We were teenagers. We liked each other. We had little boyfriends. She started dating him when she started her career. He even said in the interview it was too much for him. He should have never cheated on her. When the second album came out, Destiny Child's second album, Writing on the Wall, that was when he broke up with her and when the group disbanded, baby. She was in bed for days. They even said that. So I'm trying to figure out what you trying to say. Because it ain't fitting. Nobody like you. Because we got a picture of you with Christian Combs in his 16th birthday party when you was 20-something years old and you act like you ain't know them folks. Let's not go there. Let's continue. Yeah. Y'all understand that people have been sacrificing children from. Well, let's talk about sacrification. What is this? This why you couldn't come back no more? Who is Roman? Who is Roman? Huh? See, I would have let you talk your talk and be like, girl, let her talk. But the fact that you trying to sit here and call people who don't vote Republican demonic, which is me, radical, I vote for independent, anybody that's got the best policies, whatever, right? I'm coming at you just like everybody else got their foot on your neck. Because that was disrespectful as fuck. Now we could talk about Roman all day, who you trying to keep underground and then keep popping out with this shit, with this Twitter and stuff. Huh? Let's talk about it. So, you ever vote Democrat? Again, you're just soulless as they are perished. Maybe it's time for me to do. How is they? Tell me where in the Bible does it say anything? Tell me, and you doing this on Black History Month, which is why everybody on your ass. There were people going to church every Sunday. Can you tell that to the 5 young girls who lost their life at a church while praying? They went to church on Sunday. Can you tell this same shit to them? Can you tell this to the people that fought? Can you tell this to the people that had no choice when they fought hard to vote? Can you tell this to the same people who had almost lost their eyes, got bit by dogs? Can you tell this to the same man who was in office that protested with Martin Luther King, and that was a Democrat, the same bullshit you telling everybody else? Can you tell them that? You know you're not releasing the album. You want to know why? Because it's going to flop. Can you tell this for every person that's fought for this country the right way and ain't tap dancing with your ass? Can you tell them that? Can you tell this to Jasmine Crockett? Instead of the lady telling y'all that y'all can survive off $5 and talking about milk is back when we know everybody can't drink milk with the milk commercials, but it's still homeless people on the street, but you got ICE here? Can you tell them that? Can you tell all the Black people that fought for your ass to get in this country to build yourself? Can you tell them that? And we're going to get to the immigration talk in a few, because I want Black people to understand we the blueprint. Nikki, if it wasn't for my ancestors and anybody else here, you wouldn't be able to bring yourself over here. Tell that to the Black Panthers. I want to see you, to the real Black Panthers. Tell it to their face. I want to see you do it. Be quiet. Let's go. Your favorite object practice rituals is, well, we should know the jig is up. Well, heck, well, what is this? You should have been said that years ago. What is this? You were sitting here partying with them. What is this? Girl, please. Next. Not buying that. They sabotaged my documentary because I spoke about my abuse that I suffered. First of all, you went to CBS. Y'all can read that. She told us CBS didn't have the budget and she didn't have the time. So now you saying people sabotage when you said, excuse me, you didn't have the budget or the time. And please say, I never said. I want you to. It's a lot of stuff you claim you never said you have said. Let's continue. Maybe I should discuss the brainwashing techniques. Well, we see you doing brainwashing. You sitting right over there in it, and they really finna demolish you. I'm told y'all. She is trying to tell y'all that immigrators are voting, and she's trying to tell y'all this and that. But let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something. That's not the truth. It's not the truth. It's not the truth. And like I say, this picture is alleged, but who knows what she been doing? It's not the truth. Nikki is swaying voters, and I don't give a fuck. I said what I said. You're swaying voters, my darling, and I see what you're doing. They got you to help. The whole time they ain't brought you up. They wanted to see how far they gonna tank with the primary. And we see what they doing. And we see what's going on. Now they're like, oh my God, we gotta do damage control. They don't like you. Tell them to name some of your songs. They can't. They name Cardi B. Please. Okay? Please. Please. Let's get into this. Trevor refused to come out the closet when everyone in the industry knows his boyfriend, allegedly. Baby, this is 2026. If Trevor Noah is gay, let him be gay. I'd rather a man be openly gay than to be down low and try to marry me and have lavender children. I waste all my years. Okay? And let's be clear. Women are getting unalived by DL men. Do the research. Yes. I'd rather be alive and breathing than to sit here to be with a DL man. And my life is in danger. I'm just being honest, baby. That don't move nobody, because we all know DL men are the most likely the ones who are unaliving women. Controlling, don't want their secrets out. Some men, and it's not even just DL men, it's controlling men. It's men that don't want, who can't have more than one. Yes, we're seeing it. It's men who are abusive. STD and HIV rates are high. HIV is not even part of disability anymore. So for you to sit here and say, so what if he gay? He come out and say it when he ready. I'd rather be with an openly, sit here and know that a man is openly gay than to sit here and be risking my life. And guess what? Some of these women got it. Don't tell the men because they mad that the man caught it from somebody else, and they around here trying to figure out how to live their life. I'd rather a man be honest with me. That's not your place. The rates of women dying right now in abusive homes, don't know how to get out, and they have their children, and the children are being traumatized. Excuse me? Girl, have a seat. If he's gay, so motherfucking what? I want him to come out and say he gay. If he is gay, I do want him to come out and say he gay. What's that gonna stop? Nothing. I can't turn him straight. Girl, please. Like, what was the purpose of that? Moving along. Nikki was right about everything. This is what she posted. No, she wasn't. I just debunked it. Let's move on.
Nicki Minaj is not here. She is not here. She is still at the White House with Donald.
And I'm going to tell y'all the distractions, because while she's talking about she was right, what she didn't tell y'all was that America is crumbling. America is about to be bankrupt. And we're going to get into how.
Trump discussing very important issues.
Actually, Nikki, I have the biggest ass. I have it. Everybody's saying it, Nikki. I know they say it's you, but it's me. Wop, wop, wop. Look at it.
Did he lie? Did he lie? No. Then she went off on Billy Porter. And I mean, it's funny, but I mean, shit, I shoot. If I was Billy Porter, the notoriety that George Clinton had in the longest career he's had without no mishaps, I'd be George Clinton too. At least he was on the right side of motherfucking history. At least he was on the right side of motherfucking history. Let's get into it. So let's go up. Let's talk about this.
The President of the United States has just announced that he's cutting off all federal funding to blue states. This would be the collapse of the United States of America if he is not prevented from doing this. This is an illegal seizure of spending power. This is a collapse of federalism, and it is a constitutional coup. Infrastructure in states will come to a screeching halt. So construction workers will lose their jobs in mass. Road projects will end. Transit projects will end. Medicaid care will be shut off. Hospitals will close. Nurses and doctors won't get paid. And nursing care facilities will shutter. School lunches, food assistance, public workers, and state budgets will completely collapse. This will cause the loss of life and
what she didn't tell y'all while she caping and lying that her daddy is out here finna, if we lose, I'm going to stop everything because I know I have to do everything before March. They cut off DHS funding. They only getting 2 weeks. Next week is their last pay period. They will not be getting paid. No, they will not be getting paid. And the fact is that now he's feel a target because we're not buying her bull crap, his bull crap, hers, his, and Robin Thicke too. We're not with it. We're like, no, we're suffering, but you're still making sure they get their money's worth. Just like she got paid to show up to a movie that flopped. Y'all, that's why I say peep the play. It was a distraction because this is what's really going on.
Irreparable harm to children, to the elderly, to veterans, to working families all across this country. And we will officially be an authoritarian government. Our Constitution will be null and void. This is serious, and we should take it serious. Congress needs to act now. Democrats and Republicans. He is destroying the United States of America as we know it.
Now, here is the thing. Because we've been pushing everybody to vote, one of the biggest ones who's been going on the information of who to vote for, she lost her threads in her Instagram. She's on TikTok. This of y'all vote, take a picture. Take a picture. He knows and they know they're losing. The goal is to put these people in y'all face. They knew what they were doing. They knew what they were doing. So let's do that to push the goal so he can still be in office and I can do how I want to do and run it how I want to run it. The people are saying, no, we're not doing that anymore. We're not letting you do that. We're not going to let you push these people in our face like we see what's going on. Children, 5-year-old Liam just went home yesterday. You have 2-year-old, like we see what's going on. People unaliving. Keith Porter, is one of them. By the people you're paying to do this. And you never said an other word. And y'all keep lying and we're seeing the videos. So y'all pushing her in our face ain't working. That's why the Barbs is fighting for their life. Because let me tell you, Barbs, you want me to tell you why you fighting for your life? Because people have video that they're lying to y'all. To everybody. The people are tired of being lied to. So pushing her ain't gonna work. She just lied and I just debunked all her goddamn lies. And this for entertainment purposes only. But I had to. She been lied to, hoodwinked, bamboozled. Wake up, girl. Wake up. Your Trinity ancestors are calling. Pick up the phone. Wake up, baby. You gotta wake up. Let me tell you something. You don't do something you're gonna regret in your life. Wake up. Stand up, put your chest out. Regardless of who you got beef with, don't you ever sit here and sell your soul thinking somebody gonna save you. They can't save themselves. They can't save the American people, girl. You better wake up. You are suffering. You're about to be broke with everybody else. And I'm finna play this for my girl Booker. She looked so cute, y'all. I like her hairstyle. Hold on, let me play it. I love her. Shout out to Booker Squad.
I think is really key for people to understand. I'm saying this as a former federal employee. I want to remind y'all that these ICE agents, Customs and Border Patrol, these are federal employees, okay? Right. These people.
But watch what she explains and watch what she says, which don't make them one. Just listen.
People have no security clearance. I want to make that very clear. These people who have just been hired have no security clearance. These people have not been thoroughly vetted. Mm-hmm. They have fired so many people in the federal government. That includes federal investigators. And even before we had this shortage, it would take 6 months to 1 year to actually get your investigation and clearance done. I know because I worked in my position for 6 months before a federal investigator did my interview and gave me my security clearance. It is a long wait. But the federal government has discretion to allow federal employees to get into these roles prior to getting their full security clearance. I need more and more people to really know about this and how this works in the federal government. These people are
What does
not
that
vetted.
mean, though? Tell me what is the difference between having a security clearance and not?
So a security clearance requires going through your entire life.
Mm-hmm.
They knock on the doors of your friends and family and ask about you to make sure you're legit. They were knocking on the doors of all of my references. People getting emails about me, every past employer, not just a simple background check, but to make sure that you actually have the experience you say you do. I mean, they had me explain why I didn't pay a $300 Macy's credit card bill when I was 19 years old and the card got closed, and I was 27, going in this job. They look into everything. And mind you, I didn't have a top secret or secret security clearance. I didn't have a big high level. I was on the lower level. But they're not doing this. I know they're not, because I know they don't have the resources to do it. And I know what the timeline looked like before Trump came in. I think is really key for people to understand. I'm saying this as a former federal employee. I want to remind y'all that these ICE agents,
when people say, yes, they are, I keep telling y'all they have to have clearance. Once this is over, they're not getting paid. They have the right to walk away. And they also might be getting in trouble. Y'all got to understand, the fact is, like she said, they're not even doing their job correctly. They're not. And I want to play this for y'all. It's another one. Shout out to I am Nikki Free. Y'all can follow her as well. Y'all can follow. Let me go to her page. I was just I'm Legally Hype. You can follow Niecy Colbert. I follow her. It's a lot of people. Here's why Kevin. Go follow them. If you want Aaron, I don't know how to say his name, it starts with a P. Y'all go. If you want the real facts of everything, go follow them pages. Morgan had a page. She has a TikTok. She's a black girl with the low haircut. Follow her. These people are telling
seeing this argument online that Jesus.
Oh, hold on. Another one before we finish. A Girl Has No President. Go follow them. There are a plethora of people that y'all can follow right now, instead of listening to these folks that I just showed y'all that don't know anything. And listen to these people. They are going to tell you the real needs bees.
Would support ICE, that Jesus abided by the laws. Let's clear up this revisionist biblical history for these faux Christians who are actually nothing more than white Christian nationalists and evangelicals. The take is not biblical. It's political propaganda wrapped in scripture. Jesus did not blindly follow unjust laws. He broke Sabbath laws to heal people. He stopped a state execution of a woman accused of adultery. He flipped tables when religion was being used to exploit the poor. Over and over and over again, Jesus challenged systems that harmed human beings. When the Bible says he fulfilled the law, it doesn't mean he enforced cruelty. It means he centered mercy, justice, compassion, and humanity over punishment and control. Now let's talk about ICE. ICE is a modern enforcement machine built on family separation, mass detention, racial profiling, fear, and state violence. It terrorizes Black and brown communities in the name of law and order. This is not biblical. This is authoritarian. And historically, religious leaders always use law to justify oppression. They did it with slavery. They did it with segregation. They did it with Japanese internment. They did it with Native displacement. And they're doing it now with immigration. Here's the uncomfortable truth, though. If Jesus were here today, he would not be siding with armed agents dragging people away or Donald Trump. He'd be standing with migrants, refugees, the poor, the persecuted, because that's who he always stood with. And let's be real, the same kind of religious logic being used to defend ICE is the exact logic used to defend crucifying Jesus, just following the law. History lesson complete.
92% girl power redefined.
All right. So let me go to Here's Why Kevin. We're going to talk about it. Now, we're going to talk about Jelly Roll too, because Jelly Roll is a Christian, but he claims he doesn't know anything about Christianity, about what's going on, and he's a redneck. Oh, I didn't play this one. Hold on. Let me play this one, then we're going to go to Here's Why Kevin. And a lot of people saying, well, Christian, it has a lot to do with it. We just looked at it, but
Epstein files. You didn't. White people, why can't we be honest about literally anything? You saw MJ, he was photoshopped in, and that's the entire point. No matter where on the political spectrum you lie, whether it's Noam Chomsky, Bill Clinton, Donald Trump, or Steve Bannon, whites had to take a hard look at themselves this weekend and understand that the elites on both sides have always been complicit in creating the highly curated differences of opinion that have divided us and hold us hostage every single year on election day. All right. Doesn't matter what kind of white you are. Epstein is the brutal white reminder that the richest, whitest of us are both complicit in not only erasing their own histories, but the histories of our countries, and the histories of our country's borders, and the histories of the indigenous people that used to live within our country's borders. Everyone else but us seems to know that we turned the horrors of our ununited states into the United States, and the horrors of our original white evil island boys into the founding fathers, all while they got to use outdated concepts of race and gender to control the way that we vote, while they created ethno-states by any means necessary. Why white people are the only ones left that think religious people can be political, right? Because no religious person follows the racist class structures built by the redacted histories of the country's most racist, richest men, right? Especially the ones who created laws only to legislate their creepiest fetish. We're going to let the same rich white political actors define the actions of our countries with racism, sexism, and xenophobia, while they call it a religion and make it unsafe for us to practice these religions, right? There's not a Christian in America who would be proud to be American. And there is not a Jewish person in the world that would be proud to... You get it, guys. Have a nice day. Didn't see any black people in the Epstein files.
He's not lying. I keep telling y'all that. Go look again. He's not lying. So let's get into some other stuff before we go. James Tallarico is under fire. James Tallarico called Colin Arad. I forgot what he called him. He said something pretty as a black man. He called Colin something, and then now he goes on to say, yeah, Jasmine can obviously win. And a lot of people saying, oh, he said a different tune than what he said before. I told y'all I felt like he was a good candidate, but then when a lot of stuff started to come out, I'm not really sure. I'm not. And that don't mean not to vote for Jasmine. Texas needs somebody that's going to fight and not be swindled to go with the wind. Okay? Y'all really do. Y'all healthcare is trash right now. We just seen a thing where they say Texans work hard and get paid little. Y'all gotta stop living in delusion on Lululand. Okay? And I think a lot of y'all are starting to wake the hell up. So another thing, ICE agents are being it's out there, y'all gonna see it. They're being exposed. Child. Yep, these are the two that did it. And I heard an ICE agent also got arrested. There's a Hispanic got arrested by another ICE agent. I know it's a shocker. Shocker to me too. It ain't. Y'all, stop acting shocked. ProPublica has identified the two agents who pewed in unalived Minneapolis resident Alice Preddy after their names appeared in the government records. Investigative journalist Jacqueline Sweet, The Intercept, later shared photos of the agents. The records of Border Patrol is whose host, Jesus Ochacha, he's 43, and Ramondo, I'm not surprised. Garantes, who reportedly lives in oh Lord, y'all ain't saying that. Okay, let's look. Child, you know I always say y'all gotta think about them. Let me say this, and it's not being disrespectful. I said this with immigrants, where everybody was mad at Shabuzi. Let me explain something to y'all. As a black woman, I have watched and heard stories where our family picked strawberries and had to go to school to pay for college. They did all types of things, clean homes, all that stuff, right? And if y'all look at how far black people have come to work hard for their doctor and a lawyer to where they're not, their lawyer degrees and being executives and all that stuff in the corporate America, to where we weren't let in them doors. There were things worked so hard for us to be pushed in them doors. There were a time where you had to pass for black. You were black, but you passed for white. And, you know, if they find out, you're gone. Latinas, I want you to pay attention and go look at Black history. This is why we say y'all are in that same space. This is a Hispanic man. Just because you pass for white don't mean you're right or they like you. We're telling you that because we went through that. Y'all are in the same positions we have been. Y'all are in the same positions we have been. To my Caribbean people, stop calling Black people lazy. South Africans, stop calling people lazy. Because y'all come over here and y'all see why, right? I need y'all to understand we've been fighting for y'all. To my Latinas, he can be a white man. Look at how he looks, y'all. But he's Latina. What's happening to the Latinos for Trump? They're gone. This man thought because he can dress like them and pass with that name, he's fine. Look at that. Y'all in the same space as we was back then. The same space. The same space. Look at this one. Y'all are in the same space as we were. The same space. The same space. Because the same has been going for years for Afro-Latina and Latinas. I have a question. When y'all gonna end being in the same space? Are y'all gonna keep wanting to be in the same space? The same space. And if they fight for their people, what y'all think is gonna happen to them? Y'all are in the same space. Congratulations. This is what we meant when we told y'all not to do what y'all did. This is why we told y'all. Just Puerto Rico. Why y'all think Bad Bunny said what he said? Just because it's part of America don't mean you're free. The same space. Y'all have not been paying attention. And now look, they think because they work with this man that they're safe. Look at this. This the one that knocked me out. Come on now. Looking like a whole redneck off a movie. And a Hispanic. Crazy work. Crazy work. Y'all in the same space we were back then, and some of us still in. Child, you got Trump saying he's shutting down the Kennedy Center. Tuh. There are journalists saying they're not journalists. Mike Johnson repeats that it was a re-election. There was a re-election interference in 2020, and it wasn't. Leon Romero's goes home. Okay, let's talk about Texas before I leave. Child, this is crazy. Texas, Tarrant County has a new Democrat. It's Taylor. He is your new he flipped the seat. He flipped that seat. Listen, he flipped that seat. They working hard. Yep, they sure did. Yep, as they should. As they should. They should have been dropped out because they know what's up. Especially Luda. Luda knew better. He knew better. Texas, if we can do it with these seats, what y'all think we can do with the Congress? Come on now.
And bad politicians who would refuse to stand up to the man in the White House, but would instead work as hard as they can.
There's a woman that can be a governor, and y'all need to vote her in. Texas is close to being. I'm excited. I'm gonna keep pushing the narrative. I don't care.
And to be his lapdog. And yes, I'm talking to you, Greg Abbott.
Wait a minute. Go ahead, Christian.
My message to Greg Abbott is this.
Oh, I'm sorry. He won a Senate seat also.
You may have delayed this election.
Come on now.
For nearly a year.
Come on now. He sure did.
But this is the 18th Congressional District of Texas. You cannot take our voice. You cannot take our fire. And you cannot take our fight.
Come on now.
This district is going to make sure that the entire country knows what you did to our communities. And bad politicians.
So people are saying be careful mailing your voter things in and check your stuff because they are trying to derail for the Congress for primary. Primary, as of tomorrow, is 30 days away for Texas, which is March 3rd. We will be voting for our governor in November. We're also voting for, I forgot who else in May. These two won the runoffs. Remember last year? They won and he was trying to derail. Yes, because those seats were, I told y'all about the gerrymandering, those seats. Remember I told y'all last year was for the red people. They did not win.
Who would refuse to stand up to the man in the White House, but would instead work as hard as they can to be.
So, yeah, y'all. All right, let me get on out of here because I got to do my recap review. I hope you guys enjoyed the live. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Take a picture. Take a picture. If you are in any of these states, they're trying to push because they know what is going to happen. Don't let nobody tell y'all what it is or what it's not. Take a picture. Make sure you have your picture. Look at your state, see where you are. Look up, make sure you're 30 days before this date of it starting that you mail off for you to get your voter's registration card. It does matter. We see that we have 2 new ones. We see it matters. Go do the job, y'all. Look at what you're voting for, yes and no to, because it can harm not only you and your children, okay? I want to thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.